Hello. Why is that happening? I've got to change the settings. La, la, do, 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 do. All right. Beautiful people. Okay, guys. All right, so I'm just trying to figure out how to. Hello, Barefoot Nan and Nicole. I wanted to change. It's um. Hmm. I don't know how to change that welcome because I didn't put that up there. What is it about me? Maybe. Yes, that's it. To our sacred sound night, to clear fear and align with love, love, align with love and trust. There we go. All right, beautiful beings, here we are. I've got my drums here. I'm going to grab a bowl out here. So let me know if any of you were on oops. Were you on the One Love Alignment call last night? The One Love Alignment call, we talked about this idea of being a lighthouse. Light workers, we have a job to do, and it's to share the light. And sometimes it's hard to do, right? So we're here getting support. We're here clearing energy. We're here finding alignment because it can be challenging to be that lighthouse with that storm, the waves hitting us, right? It's a metaphor, but not really. There's a lot of storms right now. The waves are big in the world, and we're trying to stand tall and keep shining our light. And sometimes the fear, the doubt, the overwhelm, the grief, the shock kind of dims the light, right? Makes it flicker, maybe puts it out a little bit. So we're here tonight with Sacred Sound. So please share this. We're going to do a little drum bath. We're going to be a little metaphysical talk. We're going to do some drumming and sounding, and we're going to clear energy. And this is an interactive live. So light up the comments. Let me know what you're feeling about like current events and about, where you're feeling the doubt creeping in about whether you can hold the light or not. Let me hear it in the comments. We're going to go over all of that tonight. I'm just going to invite some people. Is there anybody on here? Wow. No one's really on here tonight. I wonder why. That can't be true. Wow. I don't see any green lights. Weird. I guess I will just invite people and see what happens. Oh, by golly, by George. Alrighty, guys. Just inviting some folks. All right, what are we working with tonight? What are we working with tonight? First, let's do a little clearing. Just a little rattle bath to clear the field, clear the energy, and we're going to do a little prayer treatment. All right, affirmative prayer. Hello, Erica. Thank you for the roses. Affirmative prayer is basically a quantum tool. It's a metaphysical quantum tool that helps us align. So here's the prayer treatment. We tune into our source self, our God mind, our soul self, and we say, we are here. We are present. We are stepping into the light like never before, and we ask for guidance, we ask for strength, we ask for the clouds to disperse so that we can be the lighthouses we came here to be, that we can step into our source God mind, and we will be divinely guided, and things will work out in divine order as they are perfectly orchestrated when we come into trust and we release fear. And so we just say, thank you. And we say, so it is. And so that is the intention and the prayer treatment. These kind of quantum exercises are so important. And it's called an affirmative prayer, meaning you're affirming that it's done. This is how it is. And when we do that, it's basically a quantum shift. It's a shifting into a different timeline. But namaste, Pia. Hello. We're doing a quantum shift. We're stepping onto a different timeline by just that prayer treatment, by just affirming. Okay. You'll see that I don't have my couch. I just sold my couch today. I'm sitting on the floor, and in 2 days the moving truck comes and we put everything in storage. We go hang out at a cabin for 3 months and hopefully move to Spain. So it's all moving really fast. So so let me know how you are, beautiful beings. Are you in a little bit of doubt? Are you in a little bit of fear right now? I'm trying desperately not to watch the news so much. It keeps showing up on my feed, so I keep pressing the little, not interested because the other day, I mentioned this yesterday, like I had a little bit of an anxiety attack and a bit of a breakdown. Just started sobbing at the weight of the world right now. And while it's important to kind of have compassion and know a little bit what's going on, as light workers, our biggest job is to stand tall with the light shining bright, even when the waves are kind of coming in and the storm's hitting us. Hello, Laura. Welcome, welcome. But it's easy to get discouraged. It's easy to be in doubt. And that's why we commune together. We get inspired. We get reignited. We get the flame reignited and stand with our lighthouse tall. My dad really loved lighthouses. He actually has a painting that he bought of a lighthouse, and I have a Christmas ornament that's a lighthouse. He loved lighthouses. And yesterday, when that analogy came out, it just felt so perfect. So perfect. There's so many waves of judgment and fear going on right now. And those waves are hitting us, right? And sometimes we can get consumed by them. We got to make our lighthouse stronger, our light higher, right? So that the waves and the chaos and the storms don't get it. Thanks for the share. I appreciate you. So that's what we're here. Okay. The tones that come through are tones of source singing. These are soul codes. I feel like they're soul codes because they're codes, that frequencies that come through my voice that talk to your soul. Your soul receives it. We're really all just one, right? We're fractals of the same soul. So fractals of the one. And so these codes come out and they ignite and they help us each remember and to dispel the fear, dispel the overwhelm. And we're connected. Do you have a YouTube channel? I do. It's called One Love Alignment. And we're live over there as well right now. So here we go. Let's do our opening sound bath. And this is to just tune into that prayer treatment we just did, to step into that lighthouse analogy. And please feel into what you would like some support with tonight and put that in. Here we go. We're We're slowing our brain waves down, slowing the brain waves down. Alpha, theta. The link is in my bio too, I believe. All right, these are healing tones, soul codes. Let's see what your soul remembers. That's our first little sound bath. Thank you for all the wink wink and the puffs and stuff. I appreciate that. Beautiful beings. What is your biggest challenge right now to holding the light, to being consistent? Thank you so much. Think about consistency. Think about sustainability, right? How do we sustain our energy? How do we sustain the one love consciousness that we are, right? I mean, it's always sustained, it's always there. But there's just a lot of shadows and clouds that go past it. And how do we maintain and sustain living in the one love consciousness? And that comes from things like this, the clearings that we just did, the soul codes, right? Getting just the right frequencies to release the shadows, release the clouds. It's exhausting trying to keep it sustainable for sure. Yeah, so feel into what that exhaustion is. Okay, the exhaustion has to do with our thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And it has to do with buying into the form and structure of the 3D reality. So if we can start to just come into a different set of beliefs and start functioning from, instead of thoughts, feelings, and emotions, we start functioning from being, knowing, and perceiving. Right? Because perceiving, knowing, and being is underneath emotions. It's the emotions that seem to be getting exhausting, right? And they're not, a lot of it's not even like ours. When I mean that, like we're all one, so we're feeling everyone, but what happens is that there is Eckhart Tolle talks about this. There's the pain body self, and then there's kind of like the higher self, you would call, or the divine self. When we function from the pain body self, the fear self, the ego self, that's when we can get more exhausted. Um, and when we have the point of view that things are like just we're carrying the weight of the world, right? So think about this. If we can sustain our light, there's no weight, it just burns everything away in its field, right? Think about those little bug zappers. You know those bug zappers that if you go near the light, the bug zaps, right? Imagine your light, your one love consciousness is so powerful. It expands out into a field around you. And that, thank you. And if there are emotions from other people's pain bodies, they get zapped in the light, right? So I've worked with a lot of people and I've helped them create, protection and things. But really, we don't need any protection when we are committed to saying, "I am the presence of the I am. I am the presence of the I am. I am the light of the world. I am the source. I am the spark of the source. I'm a fractal of source." I mean, who needs protection when you step into that, perceive that, know that, be that? I have to say, I've been having a hard time sustaining my energy right now because I'm um, getting my house ready to sell and move out and pack after living here for 22 years. And I've just been getting exhausted. I've been really living in my 3D body. And so I'm saying this for myself too. Hello, hello. I'm saying this for myself too. Remember the truth of myself is one love consciousness. The I am presence, and expand that out. No worries. You're just on time. And just feel like that presence of the divine light that you are is that lighthouse, is that field around you. And that's the only protection we need. So it's just remembering, it's just living awareness every moment, right? One of my teachers said, live in 10-second increments. If something's hard or if it doesn't feel good, it's only 10 seconds. And then the next 10 seconds, you can start a new reality. 10 seconds. So we live in 10-second increments, and you can let things go from the past. You can let things go from emotions. You can let things go from belief systems. You can let things go from chakras. You just, live it in 10 seconds and then move on. I am well. I am well. I am well. Thanks for being here. So, guys, but we're here to work on some of these patterns that make it kind of hard for us. So, if you were on my email list, you probably got an email today that talked about is the doubt creeping in? So I don't know about you, but like the current events makes it just a little challenging and the doubt can start creeping in. So what are the feelings? Is it doubt? Is it fear? Is it overwhelm? Is it hopelessness? What is kind of a theme going on for you now if you've looked at current events and you're having a hard time sustaining day to day with the truth of yourself, the love truth of yourself? So, hello, hello. um, so this live is for you guys, right? I do private coaching, I do private sound healing, but I come on here on Monday nights and I give you a little taste of it and we clear some energy. But it'd be great to have a little feedback. If not, we'll just do some healing anyway. But if someone wants to speak up, let's see. It says, I think mine is from the mediumship side. Oh, interesting. She says, mediumship side, picking up on the energy of those in extreme sadness. Okay. Okay. That is a good one, guys, because I think as empaths, we're all picking up on the sadness, right? But think about this. There's several metaphysical things to think about, okay? Gotta get on this pillow first. There's some metaphysical truths to think about. One is the law of vibration, the law of vibrational attraction. Like attracts like. So if you're feeling and empathically feeling into the grief and the sadness, where can you start to play with that shadow and that side of yourself and heal that, right? The other piece of metaphysical truth is that if you see others as broken, then you're giving more energy to that reality of them being broken. So if we can see through our filtered glasses of love and wholeness and see everybody as love and wholeness, and that they are guided by their divine self as well, and that they have the strength to go through whatever they are going through, right? So these two metaphysical truths really help me. And then, yeah, it's amazing, right? It's really important. These two truths are very, very important. We have to see them as, and I'm working on this myself, right? I have two young sons. They're like, teetering, getting ready and, stepping into adulthood. The trust that's involved. It's just, all I want to do is put a net there and just hug them. But they don't want that. And so my practice is to know that the divine is guiding them as well. They have divine order. They have the strength of the wholeness and love and peace of the divine of them, right? And they came to live this contrast to help them remember that even more. And I've got to let them have that contrast. And then as empaths, we have to learn how to be empathic without taking it on, right? Eckhart Tolle in A New Earth talks about this. I really recommend the book A New Earth. He really talks about how to live in the divine. I don't know if he calls it that, but and not in the pain body. Because if our subconscious is hanging out in the pain body, then we're going to empathically be with other people's pain bodies too. So what we want to do is clear the shadow in the subconscious. And, even though we see someone struggling, okay, so here's an example. I told this last night too, so I'll just tell it again. But I'm a big proponent of feeling into what's yours to do. We can't give and be everything to everyone. We just can't. So you have to know your soul, you have to know your soul's calling, and you have to feel into the awareness. So in Boulder County, there's a lot of people that stand on the side of the roads and ask for money, contributions. And I pass many of them. And every once in a while, one catches my eye, and I'm like, is this the time? And do I have cash on me? And yesterday it was. And I was like, okay, I just grabbed a 5 out and I just, said, here you go. And I gave it to him, and he took it and handed me a rose. And then he did all these blessings to me. And I was just like, oh my gosh, right here I am giving something, and I just got so much more in return, a rose and his blessing and his heart. So giving, if we're giving out of pity and out of obligation, most likely you're going to get that energy back. But if you're giving from awareness and expansion, then you're probably going to get that back. So where are you being empathic? From your subconscious shadow, or are you being empathic and using your awareness and your perceiving and your beingness to make these choices? Does that make sense? Say, through something transparent. Amazing. Through something transparent. Yes. I love those hearts. Thank you. Makes sense, because we will all live in similar brokenness. So our shadows break us down if we allow. Exactly, Laura. Exactly. So our empathic nature, when we first come onto it, we start picking up everyone's shadow, and it's freaking intense. So we've got to heal our own shadow, which brings me to this journal that I just got. I just got this journal. I made a post about it. Shatter and Sprout Journal by Enzo Sensory. This is shadow work. This is self-care. This is the work to do to come into a different vibration so that you can have your empathic nature, you can have your awareness without taking on everyone's heavy emotional energy. Okay, so let's do our next sound bath. And guys, I just want to let you know that I do something called the harmonic healing map. If you want like more personalized work, you get an astrology reading and you get just the right frequencies for your situation and your chart to really clear, so that your empathic nature can be a real contribution to you sustaining your light rather than dimming your light. So that's the harmonic healing map. That's over there in my bio. And feel me and my husband love doing them. So if that rings, that feels like exciting to you. Um, all right. So let's just, these will be soul codes that talk to your subconscious. We're just asking our subconscious to bring the shadows up, bring the shadows into the light so that the subconscious gets lighter and lighter. And all those parts of ourselves that hang out in the shadows, we bring to the light. We surround them with love. We say thank you. And we also say, it's time. It's time to find your light too. And so here we go. soften your gaze and tune in. Tune into that empathic nature. We talk about being an empath. We're in alignment with each other. But where you're in alignment is up to you. And when we wake up, we realize that we can choose where we're in alignment with people. Abraham Hicks has something called the emotional guidance scale, and it's this whole scale of vibrations, vibrational emotions, right? So you have love, and then you have like grief all the way at the end. Disempowerment toward the bottom. Positivity, knowing, love, gratitude all the way at the top. So we can be empathic with those things too. And there's difference between being empathic and being hypervigilant. Hypervigilant comes from a lot of trauma that you have to watch the room, you have to watch everyone's emotions and moods. That's not being empathic, that's being hypervigilant from trauma. Empathic is you can have this sense of oneness and sense of knowingness about someone's journey, but you don't have to be it. You don't have to be scared of it. It doesn't have to glom on and affect you. However, if we're not awake to this, and it can amplify what's in us, because the law of vibration says, we attract what we are. So we can really amplify the shadows in the subconscious. So that's a sign that we want to heal deeper. We want to heal the trauma that we've come from. We want to heal the emotional habits and start living from 10-second present moment. 10-second increments in life. So all us empaths, put a heart or a thumbs up if you feel that you are an empath. How many empaths? Amado, I don't know what you're talking about, but cool your jets, dude. Yeah. So what do you think it means to be an empath? I'm kind of curious. And a lot of times we go to the negative with these things, right? We think being an empath is we pick up on all the negative stuff. What if it means that you feel into everyone's beautiful heart? What if it means that we can feel the fractals of one love energy and presence all around us? Because according to a lot of Jesus Christ, Yeshua's teachings, that's what he did. He was an empath on the positive end. He would walk around and just only see the light in people, even when they were definitely a matter of perception. Yeah. Yeshua would go around and he would say, "Get up and walk. You're a son of God. Like, get up and walk." Now, if one of us did that, people would be like, cancel us. You're like, get up and walk. You said, say someone in a wheelchair. But that's what Jesus did. He was going around to people that were crippled, and he was just like, you have the strength of love behind you. You're a son of God. Get up and walk. I don't see anything broken here. And he had such conviction in seeing that. And he saw himself in the person that was sitting there that felt like they couldn't walk. And then the people got up. This is how miracles were formed, because Yeshua was determined to be an empath only for the highest good, the highest love, the highest light. That takes so much trust, doesn't it? It's amazing. It's amazing. All right, so where are we at here? What's one of the things that you feel empathic or hypervigilant, your hypervigilant self or your empathic self? Which is the emotion that you feel the most every day? Is it frustration? Is it boredom? Is it grief? Is it anger? Is it blame, shame, guilt? What's one of the emotions that you feel really on a day-to-day basis that you feel like you want to clear up? Anybody going once, going twice? Now, sometimes your chart, your astrological chart, can tell you kind of why you visit those patterns. That's what's so cool about having an astrology reading for different areas of your life is you can see where these patterns started in your birth chart. And we can help you clear that up a little bit. We can help you process that. We can help you use those patterns for the highest good rather than for um, spiraling down. Fear. Okay. Yes. I can really relate, right? The world can be a fearful place. Um, okay, fear. Anybody else? Fear, is fear a big one to you? Like fear. Are we gonna get bombed? Are we gonna get attacked? Fear is I mean, honestly, I don't really fear any kind of nuclear war because I really feel like the Galactic Federation has our back, and I really feel like that's not going to happen. They're not going to allow that to happen. They say they can't interfere with things that happen on Earth, but they can interfere with things that would affect the Galactic Federation, right? So a nuclear war would affect not just Earth, it would affect the Galactic Federation. So they have the ability to, you know, dismiss it or just get them to, what are the Jedi mind powers kind of thing. I really believe that. Bashar, I think, said that, and I believe that one. I believe that one. All right, guys, well, let's work with fear. Fear has to do with the root chakra, right? There's a lot of fear that hangs out in the root chakra. We have either fear or we have trust. And this is a primordial fear of like, am I safe? Am I going to be fed? Am I going to have the means to have a home? It's like these basic needs, basic human needs feel threatened right now, right? Um, so if we have that fear, then we're also going to be taking on fear for so many other thousands and thousands and thousands of people because so many people are in fear on the planet right now. Right now, where I stand, I'm pretty safe, yet sometimes I have like projected like future fear. And that fear is going to put me in alignment with those that are actually getting bombed, that are in terror and fear. Think about that. And it doesn't do us any good to hold that fear with them. We got to be the lighthouse, right? We got to be the people at the top of the well, okay? And the people that are in fear and really having the hard time, we got to be up here at the top of the well, holding the rope and pulling them up to the light. That's how I see it. So let's clear our fear in the root chakra, shall we? So you can chant along with me. The chant for the root chakra, the vowel sound is oh, a very deep oh. Yes, I do not feel safe in my body, even though I've healed so many years with most modalities. Really? So what do you think that is? You've healed with most modalities. Have you done sound and vibrational therapies? We want to get to the root of things. The root of things lives in kind of like the seed that was planted. And so another teacher said it like this. It's not like an onion. We don't peel the onion. It's this is a cool analogy. He said it's like a bubbler. You know how you have like a little tube where you a plastic tube and you stick it in the bubble mix and you blow it. And then the bubbles blow and you get all these different like geometric bubbles on top of bubbles. And you can sit there and pop the little bubbles, right? And pop all the shadows and stuff like that. But what you really want to get to is the bubbler, is the thing that's blowing the bubbles, right? You can pop all the bubbles till the cows come home, but then the next bubble, the next bubble. So what you need to get to is to understand what form and structure is actually the bubble blower, right? And that's usually based in some primordial fear that was very pre-verbal. And sometimes if it feels like it hasn't healed yet, it's because it's deep. You're an old soul and there's a lot to heal. So the next layer comes and the next layer comes, and then eventually you realize what was fueling the layers of the bubbles in the first place. So let's go there. Let's go there tonight. So let's see if we can get some awareness. So a lot of times, you can look at it in so many different ways. There's a body of work called internal family systems, and they see it. They see the ego kind of in lots of parts. It's called parts work, and there's protectors and managers, and there's all these different names for these parts. But really, all these parts have to do with trying to hide the one traumatized part of you, right? So if you've healed so many years, like you might have gotten to some of the protectors and managers, but haven't gotten to the, what's it called? The exile. This part of you that's exiled and so traumatized, so deep. And so the reason is you've been doing a lot of healing work. It's just that the exile is really tight in the bud, hiding pretty deeply. And so we got to get to that exile. We got to get to that part that was so scared that it hid so deeply in the subconscious, right? Yeah, that's how I see it. I see it lots of different ways. This is the work that I do in private sessions, and we bring in the voice work because voice work's very powerful to get to that pre-verbal state, because we don't do voice work with words. We do it with just sounds. But let's do a little bit right now. So tune into your root chakra, that place that you first started to feel unsafe here on planet Earth. Here we go. So this is a mudra that's good for grounding. All right, grounding that root in truth and trust. You put your hand out like this, you take your fist like that, and you stick your thumb up. Yes. Love that. Good. Okay, guys. Just like that. You got this. You got this. Ah, excuse me, grabbing some water. Oops. Got a shot of my armpit. Sorry about that. I didn't realize that was happening. All right. So just feel, I mean, just from doing the sound, and I hope receiving it, it was that powerful too, is that feels very, I feel very grounded. Do you guys feel grounded? That was wonderful. Good. I'm glad. You guys feel grounded? I feel super grounded. Good. I don't know where everybody is today. 3 people on a TikTok live. That's it's kind of low numbers. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? All right, guys. So if we have 4 people here, if you guys could send it off to about 10 people each, maybe we can build our For You page. All right, guys. So what else? What else is distracting you from being the lighthouse you are? We can stand tall above the storm and burn bright. What's keeping you every day from that? Lately, I have to say, what's keeping me from that is just so much physical work, physical labor, and not being able to stop. Like I really have to just keep going. But after this week, again, please. Okay. Um, um, so be light. Allow yourself to ground. So with this grounding, so when you have your crown and your root chakra strong, you create this vacuum for the central channel to kind of whoosh, 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 to really move, right? And a lot of times the certain chakras can be blocked. So we got this, if this is strong and the root is strong, then you have this strong current, but then it gets blocked, say in the heart, right? But a lot of times people's crown or root can be overworked or just not strong enough, so you don't have the strong current. And so what's really cool is my husband does these astrology readings, and he puts them and kind of puts that into your chakra system, and you can see which chakras are blocked, which ones are overworked, which ones are working really strong. So that's part of our harmonic healing map program. And so he does your reading, puts it into the chakra system, sees which ones are blocked, and then I go in with certain, and I know which frequencies and sounds go with the chakras, and then I do my intuitive Reiki sounds with it, and I make you a personalized sound recording. But anyway, that's our harmonic healing map, so that you get just the right frequencies to help you heal. And then I also put in my a little playbook on how to use your own voice to start clearing these. Yeah, it's we love this program. It's called the Harmonic Healing Map, and you can do one topic or you can do 3 topics, meaning that we do the topics like voice and soul purpose, or relationships, or emotional healing, or abundance. So I think we have 5 of them. There's one more. I can't remember which it is, but I gotta plug my computer in. So, guys, if you're looking for some of that type of vibrational healing, that is available to you in the harmonic healing mat. Whoops, the light just went out. Just trying to plug my computer in. What just happened here? Okay, we're on again. Ooh, that is bright. All right, guys, what else do you want to talk about? What else do you want to talk about? What gets in our way? So if we're talking about fear, we just resolve that a little bit in the root chakra, but you got to ask what's under the fear, right? What's under the fear? Is your younger self letting you know that it's scared, what it's scared of, right? So we have fear, but then you can ask, well, what's under that fear? There's always something under the fear. And there's always something that's distracting us from the fear and from healing the fear, and for healing the thing that's underneath the fear. So there's things called distractor elements, and then there's fear, and then there's the things that are underneath the fear, and then there's that exile that doesn't ever want to be found and healed. But we're learning how to get to that exile. We're learning how to get to that little being, that part of us that is so fearful. We're learning how to get there. And I have found singing to that little part is very powerful. It kind of gets them out of their cocoon. It gets them listening. It gets them curious. So I do the parts work with sound, singing to them. Think about it. When you were sung to as a child, think about how many times that just softened you, right? So I was really lucky. I had 2 parents that liked to sing me to sleep. And then they would just stroke my head, stroke my hair when I went to sleep. And it was like the most like loving way to go to sleep, is someone singing to you and just stroking your head. And it's just, um, and that's kind of what we're doing with that exile part of us that fuels all the fear from in our lives. We're singing to them, we're soothing them, so that they trust us and come out of the exile and they're willing to talk to us and tell us like what they're so scared of, and then we can resolve it and heal it. So that's the work. That is the work. So what else is possible? What else is possible when we choose to be awake? What else is possible when we choose to really heal the shadow? What else is possible when we start to feel the light ascend in our body, every cell, every space that we are? What happens? So here's our last sound bath of the night. We're just infusing light into every cell and every space around the cells, every molecule that we are. Hi. Okay, so take it in. Take in the light. This is how we ascend in the bodies, bringing the light into the cells, into the space. Beautiful friends. May you feel lighter. May you feel brighter. I'm going to end tonight a little earlier because I've got to go pack my house. The moving truck is coming on Wednesday. I've got to be ready. So I hope you will join us tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning is our 3 minutes of love. This is where we hold the frequency of love for the collective. This is really, really important. Okay? It's going to be the most important thing that you do all week, right? So please show up 8:30 Mountain Time, 8:30 Mountain Time, a.m. Gather 10 people. Gather people. Get your friends and family on this, because when 2 or more people hold a common frequency, it creates a potent resonant field. A resonant field is a reality. We're creating a reality of love across the globe, across the universe. I'd say that's important work, right? And our numbers have been small and mighty, but gosh, with everything that's just unfolding, wouldn't it be great to have a blanket of people going across the globe, right? So show up with your entourage tomorrow for 3 minutes of love, starting at 8:30. We build up. We build the audience till from 8:30 to 9. At 9, we hold the frequency of unconditional love together. So I hope you can come join us for that. And if you're interested in the harmonic healing map, that's harmonichealingmap.com. That's all. And you'll be taken to a website that explains it all. And we'd love to work with you personally through the harmonic healing map. All right, beautiful beings. Any last comments or questions? Oh, you are so welcome. So welcome. My deepest pleasure. So glad you are here, Denise. Okay, Tina, welcome. All right, guys. So I hope to see you tomorrow morning. All righty. All right. Bye-bye.